welcome back to KangBrosTV. Just a reaction video to the game today of Liverpool and Man United having a 0-0 at Anfield. Just going to have a quick reaction to the game, the performance, the result, and I guess where it leaves us and what your thoughts are on it all. For me, we played all the football. I thought Liverpool were the better team footballing-wise, but that doesn't mean anything. No games are won and lost on possession stats or like areas of play. Man United had the best chances, and if we're being brutally honest, they should have won the game with those two chances. We've got an absolute worldie goalkeeper, and I'm grateful. But this has happened to us over the years when De Gea has made saves that are just ridiculous. And you look back at it and think to yourself, well, that's why you pay the money for a top goalkeeper. So for me, I think Man United probably would walk away from there thinking, well, we had the chances to win, but performance-wise, that's why I don't think Man United will win the league. That's my personal opinion. And that's also the reason why I don't think Liverpool will win the league, because they're just not ruthless enough at the moment. They're a bit toothless at the moment. And then you watch and you see Man City scoring worldies. So for me, that's why I don't think those two teams that were on display today are good enough to win the league at the moment.
Yeah, I think the draw was the fair result, to be honest with you. Just because what my brother just said there, the chances, Man United had the better chances out of the two teams. But for me, Liverpool, like you said, played all the football. But I think Liverpool this time, the reason why I'm not so disappointed is because they actually played decent football, right? So for the last few weeks, they have struggled to create chances, and that's what's been the most frustrating thing. So this time, they actually got into great positions, and they just didn't do the final bit. And it's blame on the front three. So there was lack of creativity beforehand in the midfield, but this time you got Shaqiri threading through passes, you got Thiago literally running things. There's no argument. Yeah, I think even United fans watching now thinking, oh my God, because what he did to Bruno Fernandes right at the front in the first, what was it, 5-10 minutes?
Yeah, dropped the shoulder, sent him to the shops.
And literally for that first half, Thiago was bossing it. So I'm disappointed because Liverpool should have really capitalised on those opportunities. And in those opportunities, there was times that Liverpool held onto the ball a little bit too long. Like Gini for me sometimes taking too many touches outside the penalty box. There was a lack of shots going on.
Firmino, a couple of times when he could have laid it off to the left or the right, did it twice, and he made he made the wrong decisions.
So this for me, like we talk about the strikers and everything, and then I guess the whole topic is you really do understand how much we miss Virgil van Dijk. People talk about it. Oh, no, what Liverpool actually are right defensively, so we don't miss him. No, you're missing the point. What he offers. And it allows teams to, like, literally Liverpool to just pin in their half and do what they want. They don't trust themselves going back the other way. So you can notice that. And then also, that spray of a ball that he does in channels.
He can zing a 60-yard pass and he can turn attack into defence like that. Teams know that, okay, right, okay, to get a goal, we're going to have to do something slightly different. Because sticking the ball in the box ain't going to work. Scrapping the second balls ain't going to work because they've got the way that they're set up. So I know people might turn around and think, oh yeah, that sounds like it sounds pretty weak. But I think if you put Virgil van Dijk in that side, and let's say we keep Matip fit Matip and Gomez, and you got Hendo and that allows Fabinho, to go up. And by the way, Fabinho has been unbelievable at centre back. By the way, and even Hendo today, like fair play to him. But listen to what I'm saying. You've got Fabinho and Henderson at centre back, and this is why. No disrespect. Listen, Man United. I hate Man United. I make no bones about it. I actually fucking hate everything about Manchester United. But the fans, yeah. I think there's some of the. I've got messages from people all of a sudden that I ain't heard for time. Oh yeah, I'll be chatting to you later. Or oh yeah, or look what we're doing. For me, that sums up Manchester United fans. It's like you got to take the rough with the smooth. Everyone else has done it. Arsenal going through it at the moment. Chelsea have had seasons where they've been nowhere. Other teams have gone through it, and it's like all of a sudden for them, it's like, oh, we're top of the league now. Oh my God, we're the best thing since sliced bread. You couldn't beat a team that's got two centre midfielders at centre back. Now you're supposed to be top of the league. Yes, fine. Maybe us. We should be forcing the issue more or whatever. But that's what I'm saying, because I think Ollie gave a very, very good analysis at the end of the game. He said we didn't win because we weren't good enough, and that's the truth for both teams. Liverpool didn't win today because they were toothless, and Man United didn't win because they didn't play any football. And I think they were looking for a bit of a smash and grab to see if they can nick one at the other end. Now, for me, that's why Man City, I look at them and I think they beat people up. They're beating teams up at the moment. I'm actually scared for Liverpool to play Man City at this moment because they will tuck Liverpool in. At this moment in time, if they played in the forms that they're in, Liverpool are going to catch licks.
For me, the problem is not catching licks. I don't see Liverpool going and catching licks. For me, Liverpool going forward right now, like you said, the chemistry don't seem to be there amongst the three. You're not seeing Salah was doing wacky things today. I don't know if it's just me or.
Fair play to Luke Shaw. Hey, fair play to Luke Shaw.
Great.
He was the best player on the pitch today.
Great performance.
Thiago was levels, but I thought.
But that was Luke Shaw first half, though. Do you know what I mean? Like
I thought Luke Shaw all game was brilliant. And I said this to you during the game. Obviously, Man United and whatever, putting that to one side, as an English player and someone who's gone through so many setbacks in his career and all the stick that he's taken, fair play to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, well done. Like, it's good to see that.
He was brilliant. And you mentioned in the game as well about, I don't know if you guys agree, but right back for England. Should that be Wan-Bissaka playing right back? Because even one-on-one today, like, he is a great defender. Like, I'm not here just for like bigging up all the Man United players, but they
credit where credit is due.
Yeah, that, like you mentioned in the game, like ask you, should Wan-Bissaka be playing right back for England?
For me, yes, he should be. Trent Alexander-Arnold, especially at this moment in time, everyone forgets how young he is. I get that, but he needs to be pulled out of the firing line at the moment because I'm sorry, but he's shot. That Southampton game, he's shot. His confidence is shot to bits. Now, it happens, but everyone forgets how young he is. He's done so many good things in his career, and all of a sudden this is happening, and it's a bit of turbulence. So he looks, for me, gone. And that tells you why having Virgil van Dijk next to him has been such a big thing for him, because it talks him through games.
Yeah, I mean, some of the decision making today from Trent was a bit.
That's a shambles. It was a shambles.
Yeah, but the thing is, for me in general, like the Liverpool performance as a team, I'm not going to be picking out on anyone to say they had a bad performance because I think Liverpool were all pretty much at it. Even Shaq to come on from having no game time literally, and he was playing levels. And his passing once again, 1-2. As I said, for me it was only Gini who taking a little bit too long with the ball, but even he was doing nice things in and around the pitch. Even when Curtis Jones came on, I was saying to him, I was like, you know what? I'm looking at the bench, I'm thinking, who do I want to come on? And I actually wanted Curtis Jones to come on because, like we said before, the guy's ballsy. No occasion gets to him. He came on straight away, got into the game, got involved, and did a few nice things. The Divock Origi came on and, you know, whatever, but different outlet, whatever, to the game. But as I said, Man United are top of the league, and they deservedly are. We always say on this channel we are realists, and the reason why they're deservedly there is because they're the only team to churn out win after win, whatever it takes.
Play shit and churn out a win.
But
we done it.
Yeah.
When we won it, there was games that we were terrible at and we got wins. Man United haven't lost a game away from home. And this is the first time they've dropped. They've not won, so they've just picked up points and they're still undefeated away from home. But that's a ridiculous record to hold.
And fair play to Micah Richards, he said it. He was like, after the first half, he said that is not a championship winning team. They're not going to win the Premier League playing like that. And I have to say, United were disappointed to me. I was actually expecting a much more dangerous game from their perspective, but their game didn't even work. But if you come out with the result, who's going to be the happier team? Exactly. I would say Man United.
Of course, and if he was to flip it, and as Man United's perspective, they're going to say, well, you're the champions. We've come to your backyard, and you haven't really worked our goalkeeper too tough.
Exactly.
So there's obviously two sides to it. Like I said, from a Liverpool perspective, I'm looking at that thinking, a point, yeah, okay, I think we should have won that game. But then I look at it and also think to myself, right, well, they're top of the league. The momentum is with them at the moment. That's fine. Take your point, move on. And we need to string. We will get back to it when we string wins together. I think we will do that. But I just think at the moment, Man City are the team that's got all the momentum. They've gone through their blip early on, got it out the way, and now they're picking up momentum. Manchester United, I thought a lot of noise back around Bruno Fernandes. I thought he was kept very quiet today. Paul Pogba gets a lot of flack, but he was a threat until the 90th minute. So if you want to talk, if you want to hold energy and you want to call people out, let's hold energy across the board. Paul Pogba today, I got messages saying Paul Pogba's he's shit, he's this, that, and the other, but he's a threat for 90 minutes. Bruno Fernandes for me today was kept very, very quiet and nullified, and I thought Pogba was more of a threat than Fernandes today. So people that want to give Paul Pogba, cuss him at how he goes about his business, his agent, all that sort of stuff, but he's still.
You say that, right? But the thing is, the thing with Pogba is people say that he's never done it in this big fixtures, right? And again, I'm sorry, he had an opportunity, and he struck it straight at Alisson. I'm not taking anything away from
we're so lucky to have a worldie keeper.
Absolutely, but once again, the game's gone by. Yes, he had probably a better game than Bruno Fernandes, but this game's gone by him, and he didn't have that much of an impact into the game. And that's the questions around Pogba. But in Liverpool's perspective, as I said, from what the team situation that we've got going, and I was pretty much happy with the performance, but I don't know what's going on with the strikers right now. For Bobby Firmino, everyone who dislikes him, you get that aspect of it. That today, like we always talk about a killer striker. Yeah. You have a killer striker in that position. You have Harry Kane in that position. He will be scoring goals. Yeah. And that's the difference.
The other one that I'd say is we would probably make more use from Cavani at the moment than they would. Now, someone messaged me. I was talking to someone earlier who's actually a Palace fan, but he said Liverpool should go and get Diego Costa for 6 months. He's available. Yeah, you might be paying a little bit over the odds, but 6 months because he gives you a plan B, and also he's he's a horrible C-bomb. Do you know what I mean? He will pin people, he will get in a fight for you, and he will allow the two wide men. Centre backs are, you know what? I'm going to smash this guy, because at the moment I think people are a little bit like, well, Firmino's not the problem. If we can sack these two, like today, Martial putting a shift going the other way, and it nullified them. So I just think if there's enough opportunity to go and get Costa for 6 months, possibly the right time to do it. I know Jota's coming back, but again, he's probably more width. A focal point at centre forward, someone like a Costa, someone who's horrible, someone who is going to leave one in on a centre forward, on a centre back, and free up a bit. And the way Thiago's playing at the moment, he's growing into it. He's been out of it for a long time. Today, some of the passes he's finding, the movement. If you've got a Costa that you can pin it, you can fizz it into his feet, and you can hold it, and you've got the wide men, it gives you something different. And just to finish off from my perspective, we need to sign a centre back. I don't care what. I'm sorry if people think I'm being negative about what we've got. I sign a centre back.
I think most of the viewers who are Liverpool fans will agree with you. Yeah, they're crying out for it, and you've got what, 2 weeks left now? 2 weeks, and it's not looking good, bro.
It's not, and I'm not hearing anything. Like I'm not hearing anything. I'm on Instagram and I'm seeing people in Liverpool shirts, left, right, and centre. People are photoshopping them in. I get gassed. I'm like, oh, it's done. Like something that I don't even know happened, bro. Next thing I know, it's like, I've heard on a paper that this person's linked. It's like, nah, we're beyond that. It needs to be done. If we don't get centre back, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we are not even going to be in competition to win the league, to win this Premier League. I'm sorry, because people are now seeing that with the defence that we've got, you can get a goal. There is a possibility to get a goal because, and the reason I say Man City is because Jordan Henderson, as a centre midfielder playing centre back. If the ball's in front of you, going left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right, do you know how hard it is to stay disciplined, to not go out? And that's where the centre backs, the centre back has that instinct to know that, okay, there's nothing behind me. Whereas a midfielder, you think, right, I'm going to go and press him, knowing that I've got something behind me. Do you know how hard it is to not be too flat-footed? You get too square, all of a sudden it's pop, they're in and they score. That's why I'm saying they need a centre back, and it needs to be done ASAP Rocky, because it means that Liverpool can then free up them front three.
One very quick point as well is that we all go on about Thiago, right? About his brilliance, what he does, yeah. And we start seeing highlights and all this stuff. You know what I'm going to do, yeah. When you go past Thiago, it's a wrap. It's finished. It's like watching your granddad try and play a ball with you. Yeah, it's done out here. That's one thing I know today, because for all the praise that we give him, how excellent he is as a footballer, but once you get past him, he's no way getting back to get that ball back. It's like he's panting, literally.
Yeah, well, he's not interested either. But interesting.
And that's one thing, and that was I saw in the first half when he got past him. Man United, one of the few times they did, that he was stand up. So in terms of man of the match, you're gonna give it to today?
I am gonna give it for Liverpool's man of the match. I will say Thiago. For me, I just think the way he dictated the game today was very good. Yes, he gave the ball away a few times, but I think to find space in a tight pitch like that when you've got 11 men behind the ball is a serious skill.
I'm probably gonna give it to. I'll give it Hendo. I just think that the centre backs did really well today, and I think you never noticed that they were
the goalkeepers, obviously.
And actually, yeah, Alisson could have easily got it as well. So that's our
and I'd love to put it out to people. Thoughts on the game, thoughts on the performance, thoughts on our analysis about Man United. Are they equipped to win that league or not? What are your thoughts? And Liverpool fans, what do we think? Like, are we happy with that? What do we need to do? Is there anything that you lot are hearing about centre backs? Do you reckon it's going to happen? And finally, obviously, is where does that leave us? Do you walk away from this game thinking, yes, I'm happy, that's a turn, we've turned a corner and we're progressing, or are you walking away flat? Because if I'm honest, I'm walking away from that. I know you're a bit more positive, but I'm quite flat. I'm dejected because I can't see where we're going to score. I just can't see it at the moment, and that leaves me flat. Because if you ain't scoring goals, you're not winning games.
No, but I have to agree with you, because I said I want Liverpool to win this game. That was what was going to lift the morale in the team, and this result's not going to lift the morale. I was just a bit more pleased to see what was going on in creativity-wise, but as you said, you hit the nail on the head. But the morale is still going to be low from this. We go on to Burnley on Thursday. It's at home again. We need to win that game.
We need to win that game, but also we talked about the tactics, and they execute those tactics better than anybody. They're going to sit behind that ball, and they're going to say to them lot, right, okay, we're going to go long, and you prepare for second balls because these lot can't defend.
Yeah, I don't see Hendo playing centre back for that one.
Well, you're going to have to put in Nat Phillips because it's going to be a battle, a war. Or you go and get somebody. But like I said, at this moment in time, I don't think that's going to happen, and it's worrying.
So that's the end of the video and the reaction. See you on Thursday for the Burnley reaction. But until then, don't forget to share, like and subscribe, and definitely comment.